It's really interesting to me that so many mothers today still think that they don't make enough milk for their babies, when in fact we have the evidence to support the idea that very few of us cannot make enough milk for our babies, probably only 5%. So why do mothers feel this way? What evidence shows is that the leading cause of breastfeeding failure is the belief that we don't have enough milk, and that's contributed to by not having the education that tells us not only how milk is made, but how to get milk started and how to maintain a good supply. We have to have normal anatomy and physiology in order to have a good milk supply, but the motor that really drives milk supply is the removal of milk. So if you're not nursing enough, if you're supplementing and not taking milk out of your breast, you're not going to have a great milk supply. So mothers kind of miss that piece, and it's very important to have a class before you have a baby, to know who your helpers are, where to go to ask your questions before your baby is ever born. But the second thing I think that's really contributing is that people in our culture do not know what babies are really like, and particularly the difference between a formula-fed baby and a breastfed baby. And there's information quite new that's really helpful, and that is that the variation on how often a baby will feed and how much they take at the breast is incredibly wide. Babies will vary their feeds once milk is well established from 5 or 6 times a day to 13 times a day. And what dictates that is how much storage capacity a particular mother has, how much stomach capacity a baby has, and how fast that little baby's stomach empties. And it can empty in as much as 40 minutes, 48 minutes, maybe 90 minutes, but as little as 40 minutes. So moms need to know those kinds of things instead of comparing themselves to each other all the time. The third thing that I think is so important is so many moms think that breastfeeding is supposed to be easy and natural. And it really isn't. It's a learned skill for many people, and you need to know where your help is and access it until you get over the hump.